What's up, gamers? Hello, YouTube. My name's Jason Eric, and you've entered Life in Gaming. And with this episode, we're going to do a review on a really popular game right now, Fallout 76, more specifically, Wastelanders DLC. So let me give you a quick description about myself. I love RPGs. I'll try any type of RPG, especially those really cool little indie ones that just kind of break the barrier and like try to bring out something new. I love that stuff. So this review is mainly geared towards RPG lovers and especially people that like Fallout 76 and Fallout in general. So it's a little skewed for RPG fans, but it's going to have a little mix of both regular gamers that like just a different type of stuff and then also RPG fans. So without further ado, let's get this started. So Fallout 76 for me is something that was a love-hate relationship in the beginning. When the game first came out, I gave it, I was kind of thinking about the game quality and the way the game is played. I would give it like a rough 6, maybe like a 7. Just because of RPG fans and just because I'm a fan of Fallout. But generally for regular gamers, 4 or 5 because the game had a really, really rocky start. And a lot of hate came out. It was a hot mess in the beginning. There was bugs and crashing all the time. But anyway, that's out the door. Now that this new game with Wastelanders DLC is out, it changed everything about the game. And it made it much better. It's basically like a new game. So let's get a little more integrated into the nitty-gritty of the game itself. So the game had a really rough launch. And I powered through it. I got myself to about 145 until I finally took a break just before Bethesda released the new Wastelanders DLC. And I got back into it. And, I kind of like it. And you got to give Bethesda some credit because they really did improve the game quality, improve everything about it. It actually made Fallout 76 playable, which is like huge. And it's great for fans, especially for me, and for newcomers coming into the game. And a little description of the DLC itself, it's free for all players, and you have the choice to purchase other things like the Raiders DLC, aesthetics, things for your camps or for the players, and also the settlers, which is kind of cool and unique. And they're not really like shoving it too much into your face, but it's really nice to have that if you want that. There's also a new thing that Bethesda launched, which is called Fallout First. And that's pretty interesting. It's pretty pricey. It's about $100. You get your own server. You get exclusive skins, which are really nice. And they're kind of abusing that little lore type thing, in my opinion. But it's still kind of cool that you have the opportunity to go play the game by yourself and not worry about anybody, just yourself. And that's really neat. So let's take a little bit of a deeper dive into the game and the core of 76 and Wastelanders itself. The new dialogue system is awesome. It's changed the way the game feels. The game actually feels like a Fallout game, which was really lacking on the launch, and which made the game feel more complete. Made it feel actually alive instead of something that's kind of put together and something that's just kind of empty with just robots. And and when the game first launched, it didn't really feel like you're playing a Fallout game. You feel like you're playing a shell of a Fallout game. And then the dialogue and the humans really made it come together. It was fantastic.
Well, I'm not sure yet. I'm hoping some of my contacts will give me an idea while you're grabbing the dog. Sorry.
Reputation system is pretty unique, kind of going back to the Fallout roots, where you become more evil or good. I guess people kind of see that. Yeah, that's really interesting just based on like decisions you make. Much of the story and a lot of the aspects that Bethesda brought to the game are much needed improvements. There are other things that kind of lack, which is bugs and just the way that the people engage with other players. But overall, it's really nice to see like a fresh take on this game, which was very, very much needed. Even though all these different new mechanics, game mechanics, storylines, humans, and characters are all implemented to the game, it very much feels like a end game player's DLC. It found that the new players that are coming in, especially when you start a new character over, it's really hard to unlock a lot of those character dialogues, especially if your stats are so low. That was kind of a bummer because you can't really enjoy the whole dialogue aspect of it until you reach those higher levels. But with those higher levels and higher choice for dialogue, it really improves the quality of life of the game and also really improves how you engage with characters. It makes it feel more alive. And going back to what I said again, it makes it feel like more of a Fallout game itself, which is great. Bethesda is always incorporating new events. They have planned for new events. As of when this video is coming out, there's a lot more DLC that they haven't really talked about, but data miners are starting to discover, which is really neat because they keep expanding on the game. And so the main quest is also expanded. So with the addition of the settlers and the raiders, you have the choice to be good or evil. And those quests really do make the game better. Now let's do a little recap of everything that we've discussed. While the game has improved to many areas like lighting and overall appearance, there are some significant bugs. Most of these bugs won't be noticeable by most players, but veterans and also experienced gamers may notice that, and it could annoy them. For me, it didn't really have that much of an impact. Now going back to the story and the characters, this is some of the best writings I've ever seen from a Bethesda game. The story is much more interesting to listen to and actually makes me want to research more on the lore behind the 76, which is really unique. The other caveat to that is that the voice acting, it's a little okay. I mean, I can't do any better. The NPCs are a bit lackluster, but it's better than what it was compared to like the robots. The allies are a little disappointing because they don't really do much besides give you quests, start and end quests, but there are plans to bring further improvements to the allies, like changing the clothes, which is cool, I guess, and also having them do more to your shop or to the area, which is actually really unique. So Bethesda is planning on releasing more character DLC. The only one of the bad downsides of the game is that it feels like it's geared towards more end-game players. And it's rough for the newcomers, but it still makes it enjoyable for them. You can't really access a lot of the dialogue choices until you get later on to the game, like around 40 or 50, but it's still there and you still have the opportunity. Overall, it's a great game, and it's especially good for players that are familiar with the Fallout franchise and for people that just want like a different type of RPG. And that's what makes it unique. Bethesda's taken a game that's been done a million times, and they put a unique twist on it that it brings a lot of engagement and other players to the Fallout universe. And that's fantastic. And it's a really good alternative to the game. And it's going to be really interesting to see how these games progress later on. So here we go. This is my final thought. Now, if you're new to the franchise, I'm not going to give it that high of a grade. I'm going to give it like a 6 to 7. If you're a fan of Fallout, if you're a fan of RPG, you got to play it. I'm going to have to say 7 to 8, but don't skip this one. Well, gamers, that's it for my review. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button and also comment down below. Let me know what you think of my opinion and then tell me about your opinion. I'm active on the forums and I'll definitely respond to what you have to say. Well, and also with that, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell because it helps me out a lot. And I'm looking forward to the next one.